Hi, I'm Toby. I'm from Mercado Medic. We're going to be talking here in this video about the different ways that we can integrate third-party seating onto the Mercado Medic seating system. So we do make a lot of our own seats and backrests at Mercado Medic, and a lot of the time, for a majority of people, those will work. However, a lot of people might need something that's modular and something that can be adapted within the cushion or within the backrest so that it can try and accommodate or correct a person's posture or position. So we try and make this as easy and as cost effective as possible. So the way that we will do this is using different connectors that can allow these different seats and backrests to be put onto our chairs. So we don't discriminate to any brands. We do have certain ones that we use more. So for this video, I'll be explaining more how we use like the Spex range, how we use the V-Trak range, Pro-Medicare, domino cushions, that sort of thing. And also 3D printed mold equivalent cushions. So with our seating system, like with our seats, we make seats that can go from any size from 29 by 29 centimeters all the way up to 56 by 53 centimeters. So the same applies with our seat boards. So these boards can replace the seats on any Mercado Medic chair. So you can have that as the base, and then you can mount on whatever third-party cushion you need it to be. So if you need the board to be narrower and longer, we can do that. If you need it to be wider and shorter, we can do that also. So this board will replicate the seat. So when the seat rises, obviously the board will rise, same with the tilt. So if it's a simple cushion stick-on, it's purely just a case of putting the board on the chair, and then that acts as the seat cushion. So like with this one, this is the Spex cushion, so you can build up different foam pockets within the cushion. You can have high contoured ones, and you can try and combat things like pelvic obliquities, pressure, and any sort of pelvic rotation and anterior and posterior tilt. So that's how we do these seats. And then with the backrests, it's slightly different with the Spex range. We've made our own Spex adapter plate that you can get from Mercado Medic. So this really reduces the cost of putting on a third-party cushion. It doesn't mean you need any of the extra hardware that comes with the Spex range. So it's a really cost-effective way of getting the cushions on a activity chair or indoor disability chair. So this connects to our existing backrest mechanism, and it connects it straight onto the backrest. So this is really good because it gives you the freedom of movement within the backrest to be able to adjust it. So you've still got the pivot points, top and bottom, so you can adjust the backrest to move it where it needs to go. You can lock those in when you're happy with it, and you can continuously adjust these pivot points to make it in the right place. You can also adjust the height of it if somebody gets taller, which means you can increase the longevity of the chair. Same goes with the depth adjustable backrest mechanism, because then you can bring it further in or further out. So you can push the backrest up close to someone to make sure that they've got good contact with the backrest, and then you can bring it out if they get taller perhaps, so you need to give them a bit more seat depth. So with this you can increase the depth of the seat by 15 centimeters, and then you can adjust the cushion further back if you need to, or you can get one that's slightly longer. With the Pro-Medicare range, you can actually make the seat longer, so you can add on extra bits of foam to the ends of it, and you can build it up like a jigsaw to replicate the person. So it's about selecting the right third-party cushion for the right person. So if we wanted to do more postural positioning, if we wanted to build up more within the base, then you can choose the Pro-Medicare range. But then if you want to solve the problem with the Spex cushions, you can do a similar thing by building up the foam pockets in different places and having a backrest, perhaps like the Super Shape, where you can almost mold the shape of the back using the different foam pockets. The other way that we can mount backrests is using our slingback backrest mechanism. So this is designed to replicate wheelchair canes. These can go onto any Mercado Medic seat, any seat board, so you can mix and match with any product. So if you wanted a V-Trak backrest with a Spex seat or a Pro-Medicare back with a Spex seat, you can choose whichever one you want and combine it to make sure that you've got the right fit for the right person. With the sling back mechanism, you've got really secure steel canes. You've still got the depth adjustment on the bottom, and you've got just the one angle adjustment here at the bottom, so you can adjust the angle of the chair, and you can lock it in when you're finished. Using the V-Trak one, we've got the double segmented here, so you can bring out and rotate each segment of the backrest. So if you've got anyone with scoliosis, kyphosis, lordosis, anything like that, you can mimic the spine and adjust the laterals in and out, so you can make sure that you've got the right precision for each place in the back. This fits onto the V-Trak hardware, so you can fit it, drop it straight onto the into the canes, and then it mounts on and secures. If you've got a more simplistic range, what you can do, take out the sling back at the bottom and turn it upside down, and you can mount it onto the bar in the middle, and then you've still got the freedom of movement to be able to apply that. We also do 3D printed cushions made by LC Seating. So with these, we can take a scan of whatever anybody's sitting on, and we can scan one of our own seats. It might be that you need to change the density, make it harder, more soft, whatever it needs to be, build it up in any place, and then it works in the same way. This would be essentially a moulded cushion that we can then upholster and stick on in the same way. So if you have any third-party seats or cushions that you would like us to integrate into our system, or that you would like to inquire about, please get in touch and we will happily come out and do an assessment. If you have any questions or would like to see any case studies, they'll be made available after the video. Thank you very much.